Hello everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to be doing a mini review, swatch video, and eyeshadow tutorial using the new Urban Decay Wild Greens palette. So this is the palette, this is the box that it comes in. It's really pretty. I love the eye, the snakes, the leaves. I think it's super cool and different. I kind of wish the packaging would be green and not like an aqua teal, but either way, very sleek, thin packaging. I really like it. It opens up from the middle, which I think is fun. It's different, it's unique. I haven't seen anything like this before. I personally don't care about mirrors, so that doesn't bother me, but if that bothers you, just keep that in mind. So the top row, you have your warm neutrals, and then on the bottom you have your greens, and these are the swatches. I was a little bit worried about the shimmers at first because they were very glittery, like a thin glitter, not chunky glitter, very, very fine glitter, and I was like, I don't know if I like a ton of glitter on my eyes, but the shimmers actually turned out to be my favorite part of the palette. Spoiler alert, but the mattes, I don't know, I kind of feel like they were powdery, guys, and you guys know I love Urban Decay, but these just, I don't know, were very, very powdery. They kind of looked muddy on my eyes. I guess you'll see in the tutorial. And I also feel like they should have included just like a dark brown or like a really dark green. I feel like I really couldn't deepen up my look. I kept piling on the dark shades, and my eyeshadow just couldn't get dark, you know? So let's get into the tutorial. I'm starting off with the shade Lo-Fi, which is just a very light kind of peachy beige, and I wanted to use this as my transition color. It didn't give me a lot of color payoff. It was very, very light, which is okay. If you have darker skin than me, I don't know how this is going to show up on your skin, if it shows up at all. To deepen it up a little bit, I took the shade Earthside, which is like a cooler brown, and also put that in the crease and in the outer V just to deepen up the look. I am doing a halo eye, so I put it in the crease, outer V, and also in the inner corner just to start that halo vibe. And this color, I just kind of had to dip my brush, and I had to dip my brush like so many times into the palette. It just, I feel like there wasn't a lot of color payoff. I was using like a more fluffier brush, but I don't know, it just wasn't happening. Then I got into the shade Kale, which is really pretty. Probably one of my favorite shades in the palette. It's a really pretty green. This shade was a lot better than the first two. Still powdery though. I hate to admit it, but yes, still powdery. But I'm just building this shade up, putting it in the inner corner and in the outer V to get a nice base. I'm not completely proud of this eyeshadow look. I kind of feel like I could have done maybe a better job, or I don't know, something different. So I am going to be doing another tutorial. I like to do multiple looks with one palette, you know, so another look is going to be coming up soon. This next clip is just for me to say, look at Graham. He just always needs to be in the spotlight. Like, I don't know what's up with him. Anyway, let's move on to this brown. This is called Kickback. And I deepened up the look a little bit with this, just a little bit. I feel like these colors did not blend in well with each other. Like, this already looks muddy, and you know, usually at this point my eyeshadow doesn't look this bad. I wanted to deepen this up a little bit more, so I took Stash, which is a shimmer, but this, other than that brown, this is the next deeper shade, so I used that. I don't typically like to use shimmers in my crease and stuff, but it actually looked okay. Once I put this color on, I was like, okay, I might be saving this look here. So I just applied that. This is my Eco Tools little eye definer brush. It is so good. So good. I love it. Pick it up at Eco Tools, guys. I swear you won't be disappointed. So now I'm prepping the middle of my lid with just some concealer. This is by Hourglass. I'm going to show it to you a little bit later when I conceal my under eyes. But I'm just applying some on, blending it out with my finger, not precise or anything. I wanted it to be more of like a smoky vibe. So I'm taking the shade Fuzz first and then Twist, and I'm topping it off with Twist. So this is Fuzz, and in the pan it's very like orangey, bronzy, but it has like a green reflex. Like, look at that. And then on top I put Twist. So I haven't put Twist on top yet. This is still Fuzz, and it's really pretty. Like, you can see the gold at some points, but then that's green. Here's Twist. Super, super pretty. I'm telling you, I was so worried about the shimmers, but this was my favorite part of the look. So that's why I can't wait to do another look anyway. So as always, I'm blending the mattes in with the shimmers, and it just doesn't look that good, guys. I'm being completely honest. I just could not build up the matte colors at all. I just couldn't do it. It wouldn't, like, you would apply color and then it would just, I don't know, go away all of a sudden. I have no idea what was going on, but I did my best. So here's the Hourglass concealer. I'm just concealing my under eyes and cleaning up my eyeshadow edges, which didn't need that much cleanup because it was a very light look, you know what I mean? Like I said, I just couldn't build up the shades. Very weird. And like I said before, they weren't really blending in with each other nicely. I don't know. I hope it's not me. I haven't watched anybody else's tutorials or anything like that, so I don't know what people think about it, but for me, it just wasn't working. But I want to try it again. I like to give things a second shot, you know? As always, I am going to set my under eyes with the Givenchy Prisme Libre Loose Powder. That's Graham scratching his nails on his scratcher. Of course, he has to do that right now. For the lower lash line, I took Stash and I brought it inwards, like more than halfway, and I really like the way that it looks. And here's a clip. You always gotta say hi. There's my baby. Oh, no. So yeah, I brought in that darker shade on the lower lash line more in than usual. I feel like sometimes it closes up my eyes, but I really like the way it looked. I just blended it all out with a combination of Lo-Fi Kickback and Earthside. And then for underneath the brow, I was a little upset I didn't have a matte cream, but this shade worked out perfectly. It's called Chill. Concentrated it right there, and then I blended it out, and it was super, super pretty, so I'm very happy with it. Threw on some Ardell Wispies, and boom, look is done. It's not my favorite. I will say it really makes my eyes pop. Like, they look crystally green. But yeah, I'm gonna keep using it. I'm gonna see how it goes. I like to give things a second chance. So let me know your thoughts on this video below, and I will see you next time. Bye.